Hey everyone, Andrew Fabian here with Porcelain Picks. It's Tuesday, week one is complete. This is week one's edition of Porcelain Audit. So this is the portion of the week where we at Porcelain Picks come clean to you. We are accountable to you for the picks we got wrong. We're going to go through why we got those wrong, what happened in those games. We're also going to review what most shows will only review, which is the wins. So we'll highlight the wins that we had and why you should be following Porcelain Picks. But most importantly, we want to make sure that you know where we plan to improve and do better next week. All right. We're here to pick winners for you. So we'll start out with the big noon kickoff. So we had TCU playing host to Colorado and Coach Prime. I had picked TCU to come out rolling in this game and win by covering easily the 20.5 point spread. I thought that this Colorado team was going to show up a little bit overhyped, put some points on the board, but I did think that ultimately they'd be overpowered, and boy, was I wrong. Coach Prime had his team ready to play. They look like they are well-equipped engines to play on the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, some defensive holes, giving up over 40 points to TCU. TCU did not look like the strong team they were a year ago. So they were the national runner-ups last year. They did not come through in a complete way to start this season. So Colorado and Travis Hunter, man, that guy looks like a Heisman hopeful. I realize it's a little bit too early to tell at this point, of course. Getting a little bit overhyped myself here, but Travis Hunter, he looks like he could be that next two-way player to be invited to the Heisman presentation. So we'll see how the year plays out for Colorado. We'll be following them closely, sure enough. So that minus 20.5 was incorrect on the TCU pick. The over hit easily, so we got that right for you at 63.5. We'll do better next week on that front. So let's move over to Washington playing host to Boise. So out west, we said Washington was going to come in with Michael Penix Jr., a well-established quarterback here who had 4,600 yards last year, 30-plus touchdowns. They delivered. Boise did not show up to play. It was close for about a quarter. Washington rolled in this game. Minus 14 was an easy pick. Penix had 450 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. So that guy came out guns blazing. This was never in doubt. So that Washington minus 14 was a lock. We got that one right. All right, let's move over to the rivalry game. So we had UNC going to South Carolina. So the Battle of the Carolinas, UNC was a 2-point favorite. We had Drake May going up against Spencer Rattler. So the quarterback duel. I had mentioned that UNC's running game is something to watch out for, a little bit underhyped as we enter in the season. I think they're underrated on the running game with Drake May and all that he brings. But this game was, again, it was a little bit close at the beginning, but North Carolina really never in doubt. The scoring slowed down as the game came to a close. The last couple quarters, not much scoring. So we did see UNC easily win that one. They were minus 2, easily covered that. Where we did miss was the over-under. So we had 63.5. That was the over-under in this game. It went under. We teased that at over. That was not one of our locks, though, so hopefully you didn't take that little teaser. Let's move on now. We had the nightcap. So we had Penn State, my alma mater, playing host to West Virginia. This was another 20.5 point spread, so kind of a sizable spread in a Power 5 matchup to kickstart the year. I preface this. I went to Penn State. I'm high on Penn State. Drew Aller, I think he's the real deal. I think he proved that on Saturday night. Nicholas Singleton and Katron Allen, the running back duo, to establish the run. That's what I thought would happen. That did not happen. Keandre Lambert-Smith showed up to play with 2 touchdowns. He looks like the next number 1 receiver for Penn State. We got lucky in this one. I'll just say that. We took Penn State minus 20.5. They had no business covering that spread. James Franklin must have had money on Penn State. He came out and covered that spread with 5 seconds left with Bo Pribula, backup quarterback, running for a score. They could have easily taken a knee there. No clue what they were doing, if not for style points maybe. Taking a look at later on in the season what they might need. So Penn State did cover that 20.5 point spread. Lucky for us that they did. They had no business covering. All right, so let's go to the Sunday night game. So we had Florida State and LSU with that big primetime matchup. LSU was up in this game early. They took a 17-14 lead in the halftime. That's really all that LSU came up to do. It was a tale of two halves in this game. Florida State came out guns blazing in the second half. They put up over 30 points in the second half. The only thing wrong about this pick in this game was that Brian Kelly never spiked his headset, but you could tell he really wanted to. He really kind of held that one in. So Florida State, we said +2 was the pick, and that you should take money line. That was an easy victory. Florida State made it happen in that game. All right, so we'll move over to the Maction pick of the week. So we did have Bowling Green playing against Liberty. This game was very close throughout. Liberty was up 24-0 in the first half. They ended the half conceding a block kick return for a score. Bowling Green put up a battle here. They made it a contest towards the end. It took a late field goal from Liberty after being stopped to win by 10 points in this game and actually cover that 9.5-point spread. But lock it up. Maction pick is a lock, just like it's been all season long in this young season. So we'll keep bringing you the Maction picks of the week as we progress. All right. So last game, that Clemson-Duke game, Monday night. A lot of eyeballs on that game. Dabo Sweeney, Cade Klubnik, could they show up to play? Duke's crowd was raucous. It looked like a basketball atmosphere there for Duke. They ended up showing up in a big way. Duke wins 28-7. We had Clemson -12 in that matchup, so dead wrong. Dabo and Clemson have a lot to work on as we head into the rest of the season. I won't say they're eliminated from the college football playoff yet, but it looks like they have quite the uphill battle. They should drop out of the top 25 after that if we're all being serious with one another. So those are our picks from week 1. We look forward to bringing week 2 to you later on this week. As with the rest of the picks for this season, stick with us. Porcelain Picks. I'm Andrew Fabian. Flush it. Until next week, let's go.